your kingdom shine all around. Let my heart overflow with passion for your name. Let my life be a song revealing who you are. For you are salt and light.
Hello and welcome to day 3 in our exploration of Jesus' statements about salt and light. How important is it to you to feel useful? I know that is something that feels very important to me. Sometimes it is not always easy to work out exactly what Jesus may have had in mind when he is recorded as making a particular statement. In what we call the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus says this to his disciples: "You are the salt of the earth." In the world of the New Testament, salt served a number of useful functions, as it does today. Today, we will look briefly at some of them and reflect on what Jesus may have meant, and therefore what it may mean for us. In the ancient world, a primary use of salt was as a preservative for food preservation. In the world before refrigeration became a thing, salt was needed for prolonging the life of food and preventing spoilage, especially meat and fish. This preservation meant that communities could store food for longer periods, helping people to store up for times of scarcity, whilst also enabling the trade of food over longer distances. Salt was also used in the preparation of animal hides for leather making. The tanning process, crucial for producing durable materials for clothing and shelter and various tools, relied heavily on salt to preserve the hides in preparation for further treatment and work. So we could say that one use of salt was to preserve that which was good and useful. The ancient Egyptians used salts from the Dead Sea for fertilizers and potash, and the ancient Hebrews also used salt as a fertilizer, although they had to be careful about the amount, as putting on too much could damage the plant or stymie the growth of crops. So we could say that one use of salt was to help good things to grow. In the realms of medicine and hygiene, salt also played an important role. It was sometimes used as a component in various medicinal preparations and was also used to clean wounds. The biblical book of Ezekiel references the practice of salt being rubbed on newborn babies. It is not entirely clear as to what benefit this would bring to the poor little fella, but it seems to have been a common practice, and that may have been because it was believed salt had those cleansing and protective properties. So we could say that one use of salt was in order to assist with healing. Salt has also been used as a kind of disinfectant. When salt comes into contact with bacteria, it creates what is called a hypertonic environment, pulling water out of the bacterial cells, and this dehydration disrupts the cell's structure, ultimately killing the bacteria. It's a simple and yet effective way to destroy harmful bacteria, and so salt was kept in outhouses and toilets to be thrown in after use. And so, we could say that one use of salt was to eradicate that which was harmful. This is by no means an exhaustive list of how salt was and is used, and you may know of some of the many other ways in which salt has been used, in which case do feel free to put them in the comments below. And of course, one thing that we have not touched upon today is the most common use of salt in our culture and in the ancient world, which is its use as a flavouring. We will look at this later in the week. But for today, let us review the list of uses that I've mentioned, as it may give some food for thought. To preserve that which is good and useful. To help good things to grow. To assist with healing. To eradicate that which is harmful. In my view, these are all good and proper things for a person to devote their time and attention to. And so may God help us in our spheres to do such things, and in that way be like salt in our environments.
Let my heart overflow with passion for your name. Let my life be a song revealing who you are. For you are salt and light. You are love's great height. You are deep and wide, a consuming fire. You are salt and light. You are love's great height. You are deep and wide, a consuming fire. Let my eyes see your kingdom shine all around. Let my heart overflow with passion for your name. Let my life be a song revealing who you are. For you are salt and light. You are salt and light. For you are salt and light. For you are salt and light.